Hello everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus energies in and around the Cancer Collective for the month of February. Keep in mind, timing and energy is fluid. This reading could play out at any point in time throughout the month of February. This reading may or may not be for you, so please only take with you the messages that resonate and leave behind the rest. If you have not already done so, do feel free to hit that subscribe button below. And let's jump right in, Cancer, and see what kind of a message needs to come through for you. I also do want to mention I could be speaking directly to you or a cross-watcher, so energies can be swapped around. Take the message how it resonates. I think if you've been dealing with a lot of problems, overcoming challenges, you are going to have success. Maybe there's a bridge that needs to be mended, or maybe there's a bridge that needs to be burned. Either way, I think you need to defend yourself. You could be dealing with somebody born in the month of May, or maybe this person has been trying to create a wedge between you and what it is that you deeply want since about May. Something about May, Taurus energy, Gemini energy, doesn't have to be. But there's definitely somebody trying to create a wedge between you and you going after what it is that you want. So I think if you've been struggling financially, you will be taken care of during this difficult time. But I think the time is now to mend some bridges. I think definitely something coming up to be addressed. There's that broken bridge. Maybe it's time to burn a bridge. Whatever problems you're dealing with, I think it's stormy. I think it's chaotic. And there's not going to be success. You got to burn a bridge in order to step into success. So what are you needing to cut out of your life? Because I think this is happening this month. Get ready for the winds of change, because definitely some obstacles to overcome. Whatever obstacles you're overcoming, I feel your thinking has been muddled and unclear. But get ready, because the winds of change are happening this month for you, Cancer. And there are situations in the balance that do require careful handling. So pay attention, Cancer. Let's see what else needs to come through for you. A healer. Are you a healer? Are you a gifted psychic healer? Are you dealing with a mystic healer? Let's see what needs to come through. Heightened awareness. I do feel you're tapping into your heightened awareness, your intuition. I think you've been feeling this shifting below the surface for quite some time. And I think you know the time is now to walk away from something that I think has really triggered you. I think get ready to be put to the test when it comes to a toxic pattern that is needing to be addressed between you and another person. I think the time is now to address these negative behaviors once and for all in order for a course correction. I do feel a deep spiritual connection here, one that you are very intuitively connected with. And I kind of feel get ready for a period of evolution, because I think you got love on the brain. I think it's about love. There is no greater thing in life than love. So I think deep, unconditional, healthy love wants you. Are you going to be willing to open up the floodgates for an unconditional loving connection? You're definitely going to need to cut some energetic cords. I think it's time to clear negative people, places, and things, any negative, unwanted attachments, any past memories, unhealthy energies. It's time for a purge and release in order for a renewal. I kind of think you're afraid. I think you're afraid to step into a new experience. Maybe that's why you've been holding on to something that is needing to break apart and break down. There is going to be a total paradigm shift. I'm hearing Total Eclipse of the Heart by Pat Benatar, I think it is. But there's going to be a paradigm shift, and you're going to be embracing a whole new outlook. I think maybe you've had the veil of illusion on when it comes to a toxic situation, and I think you're about to see things from a different angle very soon. So get ready to be triggered. I think somebody's blowing smoke out their ass, trying to get you all riled up, trying to get you to play into this fear of illusion. And I think it's time for you to take a step back. I think expect some big changes, because there's without a doubt a very powerful soul connection in focus when it comes to the energies this month, and your higher self knows what is best for you. So trust in that gut feeling, trust in your intuition, because I think you've been uncertain about maybe stepping into a new experience. And you might want to spend some time in nature and to spend some time alone in order to get your mind back on path. I think you've been all up in your head with a lot of mental muddled thinking. And I think it's kind of time to retreat, to reconnect with the earth, to go into deep, quiet introspection in order for you to have that clarity come through, because love is in focus and you do need to protect your energy. I think a lot of negative forces are working against you. So where have you lacked those boundaries? Because divine time says it is now. It's time for you to open up to receive this breakthrough at hand. And I think once you get out of that muddled thinking, a breakthrough is going to, kind of really push you forward very quickly. So release any fear. Fear is always an illusion. We have two choices in life. We can choose fear or we can choose love. So let's see what needs to come through with the Energy Oracle deck. Are you dealing with an Empress, or are you an Empress? I think everything all around you seems to be dying away in order for you to get in touch with your heart again, in order for you to appreciate the lesson at hand. I think you're really needing to kind of take back your personal power is what's coming through, Cancer. That was an awful bridge. So that didn't even bridge. So burn that bridge. I don't think there's going to be a solution to a very toxic situationship. And I think it's kind of time to look at some adjacent possibilities. So what other energies need to come through for Cancer? I do think you're receiving a lot of downloads, a lot of crown chakra activations when it comes to moving in a new direction. You might be experiencing a lot of uncomfortable ascension symptoms. So you might want to just go into inner quiet solitude. 19, I kind of feel you're shedding some ego aspects, really connecting to this soul connection, to your own personal source. And I feel activations, and I do feel get ready, because I don't think you've been honoring your truth. I don't think you've been walking the higher pathway, and something's about to trigger you and mirror reflect to you all of these fears in order to get you to open up the door to spirit, in order to get you to see that there is another solution, another doorway being presented. So let's read into this door to spirit and adjacent possibilities. But I think you are going to need to take a time out before opening up your heart. I think you might be dealing with somebody holding her heart out, ready to give it away. And that's where the blossoming abundance will come. But you need to open up the doorway to spirit first. I think get ready for some big, big changes in the month of February, because I think the time is now for an awakening, a heart awakening. It's kind of time to, spiritual awakening is what it says. And I didn't even read that first. So there is a brand new beginning around the corner. You just got to open up your eyes, take the rose-colored glasses off, take the blinders off, because this doorway that's opening up is getting you in touch with this expansive energetic realm when it comes to a deep spiritual connection. And all new beginnings originate when we open up that doorway to spirit. So I think it's been very cloudy, but the energy is kind of bringing you into this deeper understanding of your eternal soul's identity. And, true value and power does come when we co-create in connection with spirit. So I think you are opening up the doorway to true unlimited potential in February. And I think all of these big, big changes are happening to get to the core of your very being. So maybe it's time to, dive into some spiritual arts, some esoteric knowledge, some astrology, really deepening your connection to the spiritual realms. I think you really are becoming aware of your intuitive gifts and stepping into maybe your own healing practices. So I think now is the time to open up. I think you're going to receive unexpected guidance and inspiration when it comes to this paradigm shift, because you're owning your personal magic and your true identity. I think you've been feeling in a place of extreme discomfort, and you've not been listening to your intuition, trying to maintain the peace in a situation that's caused you a lot of distress. I think you've been perpetually distracted, you know, playing into all of these problems, all of these dramas. And I think you're about to spiral because it's time to let go of the drama. It's time to let go of these distractions. And it's time to set your goals a little bit higher. I think you've really undervalued yourself. I think do get prepared for some intense emotions to boil to the surface, and you are going to need to rest and relax and meditate on these energies because you're having a higher heart chakra activation. And I think you are encouraged to walk through this new doorway because there are new doorways opening up for you, Cancer. Are you going to be brave enough to not miss out on a golden opportunity? I think there's a golden opportunity here. I think there's an option from the past that you didn't consider that is coming up for a reevaluation, a reconsidering. Because there is a healthier, happier choice at hand in the month of February. And, you know, we do all have free will. So you have to choose to walk through that doorway. You have to choose to integrate these negative thoughts, these negative behaviors, and I think get ready to make a major life-changing decision. I think you've been in states of confusion. You've been in states of having many options, not really wanting to look at the other options. I think you've been feeling disempowered, unmotivated, and it's time to choose happiness. It's time to choose strength. It's time to choose a new direction. So set those goals. Although maybe the pathway forward will be a little bit unclear, I think if you don't take this opportunity, you will miss out on something that will bring you a lot of love and a lot of abundance. So I think get ready for the universe to shake you up, to wake you up, because I think there's been an unwillingness to release these old unhealthy patterns and these dark repressed inner habits. And I feel this life force energy, you know, that's really held on to this negative energy, this fear, this controlling energy. It's got to be corrected now if you are to step into self-optimism, trust, and self-love. So no matter how stuck you've been feeling, you always, always, always have the option to go in a new direction. So think about that, Cancer. Let's see what some of these influencing energies are. Decrease. Yeah, I think you've been struggling, likely financially, feeling very emotionally bankrupt. And I think there is a cycle winding to a close because you want balance, you want harmony, you want stability. Somebody's been wearing a mask. I think somebody's been pretending to be happy in a situation where they're actually very unhappy. I think it's time to take the mask off. I think it's time to strip away everything that has held you back from embracing who you are, because there is a new soul contract coming into play. There is the signing of a new soul contract that will likely lead to a higher level of commitment, a milestone moment, but you might have to take that mask off, Cancer. So let's see what some of these influencing energies are for you. Kindred partnership, soul connection, spiritual connection, deep, deep spiritual connection here. I feel somebody's been a lighthouse when it comes to you opening up this new doorway. I think rainbow blessings are around the corner, but you're going to have to let something go first. You're going to have to release something not meant for you if you're to embrace this new kindred partnership, this brand new beginning. I think you've been playing it safe. You've been playing it safe, afraid of more loss. But once you release that fear and step into optimism and this deservingness, that's when you're going to stop playing it safe. I think you can't play it safe anymore because true love is seeking you. You want unconditional love, and what you want wants you too. So open up those floodgates. I think you've got a blocked heart chakra is what I think. Let's read into this kindred partnership because this feels like true love. I'm hearing true love from the Frozen movie, from Olaf. So let's read into this, Cancer. I think maybe you're afraid of love. Maybe you're afraid that you don't deserve love, but you are deserving. It's on page 107. I do feel a deep mystical connection here, and I think you're about to get triggered out of your comfort zone. I think it's about coupling, a lifetime romantic partnership. This will lead to a lifetime partnership, and I think a very powerful potential spiritual union awaits you. But if you don't enter now, you might miss out on this opportunity. So embrace this new relationship, maybe the deepening of a connection where you've been in separation. It's time to share your mind and your heart and to intertwine, because this upcoming partnership is going to be filled with a lot of romance, a lot of tender-hearted feelings. And I feel you've manifested this, but you have to be willing to dive deep into any commitment fears in order to present this new love into your life. So I feel where you've been in separation of some kind from this kindred partnership. And I do feel somebody's been trying to come between you and this life that you feel is drifting away out of your grasp. So I think whatever severe triggering is going on, whether it's from a family member or a friend or another romantic person, I think it's time for you to really love yourself and to feel all of these emotions. I think maybe this separation has been a long time coming. Maybe it's been 6 years. Maybe it's been 4 years. But I kind of feel you have to choose to come out of the closet. I think somebody's been hiding in the spiritual closet. And I think maybe you didn't want to grieve the loss of this connection. So maybe there's a lot of built up emotional hurt, anger when it comes to this connection, this separation. And I think it's really time to empower yourself, to open up your heart to the life that is waiting for you, because there is a deep spiritual loving connection coming your way, and you do deserve love, and you deserve to be loved. So stop playing it safe. It's time to take that leap of faith. Peace. What are you evaluating? Peace. You want peace in your life, and I do think you got to close the door to the past before stepping into the future. By the book, it's time for you to take this wisdom, learn this lesson, close the book on the past, and step into peace, because that is where your blessings reside, Cancer. Let's see what you are evaluating. What is Cancer evaluating in the month of February? Releasing chaos and conflict, taking a time out to breathe, rest, and rejuvenate. I think you've gone through a very powerful karmic ending, or will be, and you're coming back home. This kindred partnership feels like home. There's no place like home. And now I'm being shown Dorothy clicking her heels. No place like home. No place like home. You've wished for this. You've prayed for this. This is what you asked for, Cancer. So stop fighting. Get out of the head. Get into the heart. Stop fighting, because you're stepping into blessings upon blessings upon blessings, and you might need to just breathe it out. I feel a very intense spiritual connection here, and I think Divine is telling you the time is now to go in a new direction. So get ready to be spun out of your comfort zone. You already know who this person is, Cancer. You already have a deep knowing. You know where your heart belongs. You know where home is, because home is where the heart is. So maybe it's time to get honest with yourself. Maybe it's time to speak that truth. Truth be told, I've been wearing a mask. Maybe somebody here has been wearing a mask, and it's time to take it off, because there's a lot of spiritual wisdom here within this kindred partnership. It's time to break free from this karmic debt. It's time to break free from all of these negative attachments. Release the fear. Step into love, I feel, because this healthy love wants you back. So stop re-evaluating and looping back round and round in your head. I think somebody's been grieving over the past, playing into guilt, shame, remorse, fear about the future. Stay in the present moment. The doorway is in the now moment. It's time to get rid of everything that's not meant for you, because there's a connection here that feels like home. And I think it's time to embrace these changes, because you deserve this, Cancer. So we're going to read into No Place Like Home for you, Cancer, today. This is feeling like very, very light. I think very, very nice. I think, yep, authenticity. Somebody's been wearing a mask. So what is home to you? Where do you feel at home at? Because I think you got to be comfortable in your own skin in order to prepare for this kindred partnership. Home is a place that feels safe and secure. It's a place where you feel like, my soul can finally rest. It's a place that you've known for a very long time. This is a deep past life connection I'm feeling. So I kind of feel the energy is asking you to trust yourself, to trust in that feeling of home and to embrace this new beginning. And I think maybe you're going to have to restore your dignity. Maybe it's going to take some rigorous honesty, acting out of integrity. You know, there are aspects of the journey that we can't go back and change, but when you know who you are and you can hold your head up high regardless of what has happened, releasing the pride, embracing humility, that's when you can really see through the eyes of your own soul and connect deeply on a soul level with another. So I feel, you know, we have many, many soulmates in our life, but this is a relationship that will really bring forward a deep, innate sense of emotional security, comfort, and it will bring out your best aspects. It will just feel familiar to you. So I think together, the two of you can bring a lot of love into the world. So what's been holding you back from acting in an authentic way? If you've been wearing a mask, I think get ready to reflect back on a lot of past wounds in order to step in to setting intentions for your highest good. I think there's going to be a lot of projection in the energies in order to powerfully point you back on track. So radically accept everything that's happened in your life up until this date. All of your successes, all of your failures, and try to see the divinity in everything that has transpired up until this very moment, because abundance truly is a natural progression. And when you experience this deep kind of soul love, authenticity just comes naturally to you. So I think get ready for a lot of Akashic memories to come to the surface. A lot of external conditions are really going to bring forward into your awareness all of these unhealthy expressions, habits, people, places, and things. Maybe you fear stepping into this connection because it feels unfamiliar. And when we break those toxic patterns, yeah, something healthy can feel very unfamiliar. And usually that first healthy connection after going through many toxic failed relationships is the scariest one of all. So I think get ready to brave some storms. It's time to stop battling. It's time to stop fighting divine will. Take that leap of faith. I do feel a deep spiritual connection here. So let's see what needs to come through with the power psychic tarot cards. Pardon me, psychic tarot cards. Love begins, a brand new beginning in love. There is going to be victory and success here, and I think you've already been shown the pathway forward. There's a brand new beginning here. Brand new beginning, Cancer. So what else does Cancer need to be aware of? I think you're going through profound life transformation and change. And it's kind of time for this awakening because you're stepping into spiritual wisdom, spiritual growth, a higher level of commitment, marriage, committed partnership. Get ready for some very harsh truth to be exposed because this transformation is necessary in order for you to restore that foundation of self. Judgment. It's Judgment Day. I think get ready for the cold, hard truth in order for you to step into this higher level of commitment. You might want to spend some time in solitude. I think you're going to want to really think long and hard. And you are closing the book on the past. She's holding a book. It's time to close that book and write a new story. I think happier times are around the corner. But let's dig into your person, Cancer. Page of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles reversed. You could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I think there's a new beginning here. Maybe you're the one bringing forward an offer. Or maybe somebody's bringing an offer towards you. But I think a brand new clean slate beginning. You've definitely got this beautiful feminine Queen of Pentacles energy. Somebody grounded, stable, solid, knows her worth, knows her value, heart-centered, very abundant, has a golden opportunity in her hand. I feel this pillar of strength. And somebody's getting ready to spread their wings. So what can you tell me about Cancer's person, please? Somebody here working on their craft, mastering their craft, doing the work, working hard, paying attention to their pentacles, not paying attention to anything else around them. What else can you tell me about Cancer's person, please? I'm not keeping that, but I think that's a secondary message. I think maybe your person's like coming out of hiding. I think you're dealing with somebody that has a lot of spiritual wisdom. You might be dealing with two different people here. You do got this Queen of Wands in reversed with the World in reverse. So There is this very controlling, possessive, fiery energy, lustful temptress, and there's resistance to closing out a cycle. Is this the block? Is this the person creating a wedge between you and this kindred partnership? Maybe there's a need to make amends. I feel there's been resistance to walking away from something that felt safe, something that felt comfortable, but something that was very, very toxic. Maybe you're dealing with two different people here. This does feel like two different energies. You're dealing with somebody that's been doing the work, has gone within, has a lot of wisdom to share, likely maybe even in the public eye, sharing that spiritual wisdom, because somebody's just working away, doing their own thing. And then we got this other energy here. So I think maybe there's a need to make amends. I think maybe somebody is about to close out a toxic cycle, a false foundation. There's something crumbling to the ground. I think there is going to be triggering accusations when it comes to a false foundation crumbling. And I think that's going to create a brand new beginning, because this feels like this belongs together. So you got an earth sign and a fire sign here, I feel, dealing with two different options. And I kind of feel this earth energy has just been waiting, focusing on themselves, doing the healing work, building a solid foundation, you know, grounded, stable, all of that good stuff. And somebody needs to come back around in order to create a sense of judgment. I think somebody was dealing with a lot of manipulation, gaslighting, belittling, abuse. There's something crumbling to the ground in order for this clean slate beginning. Quite possibly total financial ruin. There's a lesson that needs to be learned and integrated once and for all. And maybe somebody needs to deliver a very harsh message in order to bring something full circle for this clean slate beginning. But let's see what needs to come through on your side, Cancer. What needs to come through on Cancer's side? I think you've carried this burden for a very long time. Maybe you're the one needing to close out a situation with this Queen of Wands reversed. But I think it's weighed very heavy. I think you've been afraid to take action. I think you've been watering a dead tree for a very long time. It's not abundant. There's no growth here. There's nothing left to learn here. And you want that brand new beginning. You're letting something completely die away. I think you've been in the dark night of the soul. It's been dark. It's been dreary. And there's something coming to a dead stop, because all you do is fight here. You've lost a lot of sleep, stress, anxiety, sleepless nights. And I think all you can think about is that brand new beginning and your wish fulfillment. I think you were afraid to shed the old to bring in the new in the past. I think you were a trickster or dealing with a trickster. And hey, let's face it, we are the company that we keep. I think it's going to take a lot of rigorous honesty, but there is without a doubt profound life change taking place, something completely dying away in order for this renewal, this revival, this rebirth. Could be dealing with a Scorpio, like I said, Aries, Leo, Sag, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Virgo. And that's about it. Oh, Leo with the sun. Cancer, that's your energy. I think you're putting the brakes on something very toxic, because you know it's time for profound life change. I think you've thought about this for a long time. I think you've sat in the energy of fear. And I think you're not going to let fear run the show. I think maybe you're the one that needs to bring forward an apology. There is a brand new spark here. There is a lot of passion here. And it is going to feel like home. This is your stability. I think somebody's getting ready to go after wish fulfillment is kind of what I'm feeling. So let's dig a little bit deeper into your person's energy. What else can you tell me about Cancer's person, please? Yeah, your person, you're dealing, I feel, with like two separate energies is kind of what I'm feeling. I think you've been dealing with a lot of betrayal. Somebody definitely misused your confidences, and this has created a loss of personal identity. I think you've played into these toxic, destructive behaviors with this Queen of Wands reversed, and it's really destroyed your dreams for the future. I think it's time to release all of these negative, destructive behaviors, because you are preparing for a new life, because there is somebody here that will be a loyal, tenacious, unselfish companion. And maybe you betrayed this person. Maybe this is a burden that has weighed heavy on your heart. Either way, the energy is going to challenge you. I think it's time for change. I do feel you've rejected this spiritual connection, and you've served your inner needs with a very toxic energy. You've rejected legitimate love, and I think you're going to really have to deal with a lot of anger when it comes to your person. I think you might have been dealing with a shapeshifter, somebody really projecting an image that only served their own personal agenda in the moment. And I feel a higher level of consciousness is coming through when it comes to this deep spiritual connection. On your side, we got the Hermit so far. So I kind of think you need to withdraw from a toxic social circle. That's created a lot of fear. I think you fear judgment of others. Now, who cares what others think of you? I think seek that solitude in order to focus intently on what it is that you want to bring forward. I think refuse to let other people manipulate you, and don't let their opinions get into your head, because there is a brand new beginning here. Maybe you're feeling like a fool. Maybe you are feeling like a fool because you have denied this emotional truth on your heart. Either way, I think get ready to reveal all of these hidden emotions and to fearlessly face them. I think it's really time to stop using the lack of money as an excuse to move forward in a new direction, because that brand new abundant beginning comes from that clean slate. So, wow, let's see what needs to come through with the romance angels engagement. Finances and career. I think you've been struggling with money. I think you do know exactly who you want to offer your cup to. I think you've already got somebody in mind. Maybe even an engagement here is going to take place in February. But either way, you are ascending these limitations and you are entering into a higher level of commitment. And you know who this is. I think this is the one. Get ready for a reconciliation, and do not let finances hold you back, because you already know the love that you seek. You know this person, and I think it's time for that heart-to-heart conversation is what we got here. So release this ex, release this possessive, controlling bitch is what I want to call her. Release her. It's time to clear your energy, and I think it's really time to have that heart-to-heart conversation, to honestly and openly discuss your feelings with one another. And if it's true love, I don't think that person's going to care how much money you've got, okay? I'm pretty sure you got somebody here that's already stable, solid in their finances. So don't fear coming forward with not having enough. I think that heart-to-heart conversation is likely going to shift everything, because someone from your past is returning, and there's a deep spiritual connection here, and this is the one. So let's see what other messages from Spirit need to come through. I think be careful of compromising yourself. I think you've compromised your integrity just to be connected to somebody, to not be alone, and I think it has cost you dearly. Oh, look at that. We are the company that we keep. Are you keeping healthy company? Are the people in your space good for you? I think you need to recognize that you need to create space, because somebody really has come between you and something that is very good for you. I think wherever you've been at, it's been very unhealthy. So what other messages from Spirit does Cancer need to be aware of, please? A necessary transition is happening in the month of February. Allow this to take place. This is because you're in a situation with a very controlling person, and it's fraught with deception. So I think be willing to release the need to know an outcome. Maybe you fear not being accepted coming forward with an offer, but I think if you're wondering if this will happen, the answer is no. Your spiritual path is being illuminated. If you've been trying to make things work one more round, the universe is like, no, I'm going to be throwing your ass out of that situation if you stay there, because that shit be toxic. So I think deception, lies, trickery, fuckery, stealing, thieving, something is very unhealthy here. So I think a shift in perspective. You're definitely going to have a shift in perspective in order to see things through somebody else's point of view. I think maybe you hurt somebody in the past, or somebody deeply hurt you. And there's going to be a shift in perspective, because somebody here is connected to something very toxic and very unhealthy. And somebody's been compromising their value in order to maybe feel a little bit of financial security. And the universe is saying you've created a false sense of security. There's not going to be a successful outcome. It's time to burn this bridge. Face these obstacles, because the universe says whoever you're dealing with blowing smoke out their ass. And if you want success, It's within speaking this truth. So ask yourself, Cancer, what makes your heart sing with joy? What makes your soul light up with joy? Recapture that vitality now and be careful of self-sabotage. Vulnerability truly is strength. So let's get you a closing message with the Crystal Stone deck. What else does Cancer need to be aware of, please, when it comes to this energy reading? Major transition. I think this is what you wished for, though. This is what you prayed for. So what else does Cancer need to be aware of? Yeah, you're definitely going to need to protect yourself. Get grounded. Maybe reputations are being shattered when it comes to reestablishing this very powerful soul connection. I think you've been dealing with a bunch of fake zombies, a bunch of, maybe you've even been dealing with like a narcissistic energy, a malignant narcissist. That Queen of Wands can be narcissistic. So I think get rid of these emotional vampires. It's really time to make your big dreams your reality. I think you've been chronically indecisive, but you know exactly where your heart belongs. And I think the deadline is up. It's definitely on the horizon. And I think if you don't make that decision, the universe is going to come in and make it for you. So get grounded. This perpetually frazzled energy from this destructive, dramatic, deceptive connection really has held you back from success in your life. So, you know, I think somebody's about to freak out. Somebody's been trying to prevent you from going in a new direction. And it's time to release what was never meant to be yours in the first place, because you're ascending this drama. It's time to claim back your space and claim back your power. Clear all of these unwanted vibes. Get rid of all of these toxic energies and people out of your energy field in order to restore to a sense of peace. I think you want to be somewhere else so badly. And I think get ready for these triggers, because you're definitely going to be on a guest list when it comes to triggers in order to get you to find your solid ground. So get ready to face some struggles in order to get back into a place of balance, because wherever you're at, you need stability in your life. And maybe stability lies with that Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And that's kind of what I've got for you, Cancer, for the month of February. I hope this helped. I hope it resonated. If it did, and you would like to book a personal reading, please feel free to check out the description box below. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.